I think it's interesting to note about the Blood Elves that they have a rich history in Warcraft lore. They used to be High Elves, and High Elves were part of the Alliance. If you played Warcraft 3, your sorcerers and priests were High Elves. So it's interesting to see them on the other faction at this point.
Blood Elves made their debut in Warcraft 3 expansion, The Frozen Throne, and pretty much in that story we saw the High Elves were in pretty bad shape since their homeland had been destroyed by the Undead Scourge, and their leader at the time, Prince Kael'thas, rose up to figure out a way of how to cure his people of their magical addiction. And his solution to that was pretty much enslaving his people to the demon Illidan, who in turn for their service promised to teach them how to sate their magical addiction and become very powerful.
It's also interesting to note that Lady Sylvanas Windrunner was once a High Elf, and she's on the Forsaken now. After she regained her will from Arthas, she led the Forsaken Crusade, and now you've got the Blood Elves naturally allied with the Horde through Lady Sylvanas Windrunner. So I think there's some really interesting story elements going on there.
In the Burning Crusade expansion set, we see the Blood Elves, a few years later, have indeed embraced Illidan's path and become very powerful, but they've definitely lost their souls.
And there'll also be some other characters who I think they'll enjoy the fact that of their surprise appearance also. Unfortunately, there's several characters I really can't mention at this point because I would say there is a renegade blood elf involved, very ambitious blood elf, but he's probably the least of the problems at this point.
Will you portray women fighters rather than damsels in distress in your upcoming Warcraft novels?
I think I've done pretty good at showing them as warriors, and I think Vereesa saved Ronan at least as much as he saved her. She was certainly no damsel in distress. Sometimes I've had to use that for situations there, but I've tried to make the female characters strong.
Well, do you plan on reintroducing Vereesa and revealing her relationship to the Blood Elves, considering she was a High Elf when we last left off? Does she approve of the changes her people have undergone, or is she one of the few remaining High Elves who stay true to the old ways?
That's a very good question. Yes, you will see Vereesa eventually. And I would have to say, just as a personal matter, that I do not think she would care for the Blood Elf way. She's too much has too much pride in the ways that she followed, and being, of course, with Ronan now, I think she's very much more eager to stay in the High Elf tradition and not follow down the path of the Blood Elf. So it's been great working with them. They've been a very good deal with. It's a three-way thing between myself and Blizzard as we go through the stories, and everybody seems to be pretty happy. And hopefully it's a relationship that'll last a long time. So.
Ronan.
Vereesa!
Eritor? Where are you? No! The screams! The horror! Stop! It's too much! I cannot bear to see this! Stop!